Welcome to Engaged in Ink. We're here at Neon Crab Tattoos right here in London, where we are going to pull back the curtain and take you step by step through the entire procedure of getting your first tattoo. Let's go!
Here's the waiver. Basically what I'm going to get you to do is give a read through here while you wait. And then down here, fill out all your information. Anything with a star is required, your first, last name, procedures of tattoo. Your email address, you want to just put in for us to send you an Aftercare sheet, and that's it. I'll be going through Aftercare with you in person anyways at the back though. And for your phone number, just one long number, no dashes, no spaces. You're over 18, so no parent name needed. My name is Megan. And then description will be the description of the tattoo you're getting. Just describe it the best you can. Location on body, right or left leg. And when you're all done, you should be able to hit submit and it'll go through. And this is to keep a record for us so we can keep it all together, make sure we have every past client with us to make sure that any needles, tubes, things like that used on you can be recorded and kept with the person they were used on, health board regulations and stuff like that. So.
Hi, I'm Rachel Dunbar, and I'm an inspector for Middlesex Linen Health Units. I work on the infectious disease team, and I do inspections of several personal service settings, which include tattoo studios. So our main goal is to protect the public from infection. By doing this, we do inspections of these facilities to educate the operators on infection control practices. So the main infections that we're concerned about are the bloodborne infections like HIV, hepatitis B, and hepatitis C. When we walk into the shop, first thing that we look for is just general cleanliness, of course, what kind of infection control practices they use, so disinfecting practices, sterilization practices. One of the main things that in tattoo facilities that we look for are single-use items, if they use them, or do they re-sterilize reusable items. And then making sure that they have the proper disposal equipment for those items as well.
My name is Kim Topping. I am a customer service representative at a tax office. So I'm coming in for my first ever tattoo, meaning to get it for a lot of years now. I've had a pretty rough year, and I think this is just something to kind of celebrate. I made it through. I'm getting an angel done. One of the things that my office is, they do call me Sunshine, because I am pretty upbeat, pretty happy person. And I looked it up, wanted to see what I could find. And I found this and I loved it, so I'm getting it on my leg.
So now I want you to check that out. You know, walk around with it, look at it from the side. There's some mirrors everywhere. You can kind of see it in.
Oh wow, that's perfect.
Expiration date here is 9/2018. This one here is 2020. How often do you say that? And unopened, undamaged. Basically right now this is considered setting up the machine in front of the client. I showed them that everything was pre-packaged and sterilized, and it's like I don't have my needle in my tube before they get back here. They see the two individual packages and they can hear or see me putting together the fresh new needles and tubes. Basically I'm just going to give a quick test run to the machine. I'm not tattooing you yet. Tattoos really aren't that bad, honestly. They're more annoying than anything. I mean, everybody's different and every spot's different, so like one point in the tattoo you may not feel it at all, another point may hurt a little more than another, even if it is millimeters away. Like, they can be weird like that. So if at any point you feel like you do need a break, you just need to get up and stretch, maybe anything like that, just let me know. It's cool. This bag. And once he's all in the bag, I'll slowly get started on you, just so you get a feel for what it's like. Alrighty, so.
How many tattoos do you have?
3 so far. I'm looking at getting more though.
No, I do not have any tattoos, but I'm planning on getting my first one done within the next year or so.
I have none at all. Yeah, I have 2.
No, I don't, but I would love some.
So why is it that you don't have any as of yet?
I don't have the income for it.
3 tattoos. I have 3 tattoos. I've got this one on my knuckle. This one's actually important to me. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's a mathematical figure for phi. It's the golden number, so they call it. Imagine you had a rectangle. It was 1 by 1.618 phi. If you would put a perfect square into that, the rectangle that you have left over would have the exact same proportions. So it's perfect. I can spiral inwards and outwards indefinitely. Then I also have 2 on my legs, just traditional style. Got a wolf, and the other one's an owl.
Yeah, you can see my arm. I have love on my wrist. My foot you can't see, and one on my shoulder.
So you have 4 tattoos? Were they all done by the same artist?
No, none of them were the same artist, actually.
I have a cancer ribbon on my shoulder for my Oma. She died of cancer at like 60. So
I'm planning on getting a Celtic cross about here. It's going to be in runes and saying Vertus Aquarius underneath, which stands for truth and justice.
So why the Celtic cross then?
It's part of my heritage. I'm Scottish and Irish Gaelic, so just figured it goes well with my heritage, and with me being someone that's fallen from faith and fallen from religion, it just suits my life path.
How do you choose where you go to get a tattoo done?
I do a little bit of research, getting people's suggestions a lot of the time. I like to see their artwork beforehand, and I think you get a pretty good feel when you have a chat with them, if they feel your idea. That's pretty much how I choose.
How do you know that you're going to want this forever?
Well, to me, a tattoo is kind of a freedom of self-expression. It's the way you want to portray your body. So I found what I would think would be an ideal tattoo for myself, and it's just kind of think about okay, it's going to be a permanent marking on your body. Just, you want to make sure you're comfortable with it, you want it, and I've been thinking about it for a long, long time, and it hasn't crossed my mind that I didn't want it at all. So I think that's a definite sign that I do want this, and that that's it, I want it.
How do you choose which shop you're going to go to?
Well, we were walking down the street. There was one that looked really sketchy. That was a tattoo shop / barber shop. So we decided not that one. So we got to the one that was a little bit less sketchy, and we got it done there.
Yeah, I got my first tattoo from her half decade ago, and I just have to have her. I don't know why. It's just.
When you do decide to get tattooed, how are you going to decide where to go?
That's a very good question. I would figure go around to different shops and just kind of get a comfortable feel with all the artists, because I don't really know any artists. I would go around, just kind of converse with them and see how comfortable I am with them, and feel if they can do the work that I want them to do, then I'm going to choose them.
Why I'm getting it now? Well, I was planning on getting my tattoo when I was 30. I'll be 44 next month. But I ended up having my son at 30, and life gets away from you. He's more important, diapers, all that fun stuff. And I just kind of went to the wayside. 4 children I have, so they were more pressing. Now I'm doing a little bit better. 1 kid at home instead of 4, so got a little bit extra free money, and I could think more about myself. So I thought, hey, it's about time to get it done. So, like I said, I had a rough year. My husband passed away last year. It's almost a year. So it seemed like a good time to, and he got tattoos, and he loved having them done. I never did come in with him when he had his, but That was a good time. Yeah, and it works out, it's an angel, so it kind of works out to good timing. I'm not going to say anything more about that because I'm not going to cry on camera. I'm done with that. I don't. I just need a second.
Just breathe.
Yeah.
We're good.
No, I'm crying. I'm not going to cry.
So, because I'm right-handed, we're kind of starting from the bottom backish area and working our way up. So, yeah, we're just gonna get started here. Here we go.
You get different opinions on what it feels like from different people. I've heard bee stings. I've heard sunburn. I don't know if it's bee stings. This almost feels like, yeah, a little bit. The cat scratches or little needles going into your skin.
Yeah. How it would probably feel. Right now I'm using a 5 round liner, so that means there's 5 needles stacked up into like a pointed shape basically to make a liner. We have everything from like 3 to, I think we have like 18 here even. 18 needles in one. Yeah, those get big.
Am I allowed to ask questions?
Yeah.
Why would you need 18?
For really, really big fat lines, for...
Oops, sorry.
That's okay, that's a natural twitch. Basically, there's different types of work, like if you were doing an old school piece, you would want larger lines and probably use like a 9 or an 11. Try to get good line weighting in for some pieces. You may want to use a nice small liner to get little details. And then maybe you want a big liner to get like the big bold outlines and the more foreground things. Seeing as this piece has nice little tight lines in places, I am sticking with the 5, and then as I go, fill in, so we don't have to go back to it later.
I'm not sure if we're halfway through, but I don't know what time it is, but I feel pretty good. Yeah, you don't find that it is, hurts as much. Certain spots are tender, but other than that, I feel good. Yeah, she's doing a good job. Was I nervous before I came in? No, not because not for the tattoo, more so because I'm being filmed for the tattoo. And I wasn't until my daughter showed up this morning and just kind of reminded me of such. But it's much better now. No, I'm doing good. Everything's great. With the pain, some people have told me that it might be like sunburn. So I'm trying to figure that out because I'm thinking that might be kind of an after pain. I'm thinking that's probably what it's going to feel like. But somebody said bee stings. I don't even know how to explain how it feels to me. It just feels every once in a while that somebody's poking needles into my little nerve every once in a while, and then sometimes I don't even feel it at all. And if I'm focused on something else, looking at something else or thinking about something else, I don't even notice it. But I've been doing good. Feels good. I'll probably get more. Most people say I'm pretty upbeat. Like my boss calls me sunshine every day, or sparkles, because that's just, I guess, what I bring into their lives. And I was going to do a sunshine or sun itself, but everything I kind of looked at, I just didn't like, just thought they were a little too cartoonish. And I saw this one, and I thought it just fit in. It was an angel, the wings, and it has a little bit of the color to it for the sunshine, and it just fit in perfect.
It is mandatory for tattoo places to get inspected, at least, and now it's twice a year. It used to just be once a year, but 2 times a year they have to be inspected. In the City of London, we inspect, in Middlesex, London, we inspect tattoo facilities 2 times a year, so every 6 months. And other jurisdictions, it varies. There's over 20 tattoo facilities in the City of London that we inspect. And as far as places that we don't inspect, anything that we hear of, we will inspect. So anybody can contact their local health unit if they know of a facility that they're not sure whether or not they're inspected. Now, as of June 2015, we have posted on, you can link off our website, healthunit.com, a disclosure website. So all inspection reports for tattoo studios is posted, and the general public has access to that. There's no login or password. You just simply link on and it's accessible for everyone. But as far as pass-failing, it's just as long as they're following the practices, then that's what we go by. But yeah, we try and educate them and ensure that they're continuing to do those practices. So the disclosure website is, just to give some more information on it, it's a website where the health unit goes in to do their regular inspections, making sure that infection control practices are followed. We write up a report and then it's immediately posted up on this website where the general public has access to. So if you're looking for a particular facility, you can just type in the search bar what that facility's name is, or there's even ways to scroll down and you can find that facility as well. We also have a map that you can link directly to that facility, so if you don't know exactly the name, then you can search for it using the map, and it's very user-friendly. And yeah, so that's, it will say what kind of things that the place needed to work on, whether they're satisfactory, any information that the inspection report would have. Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of resources available. Definitely contacting your local public health unit to discuss the facility that you're interested in. We can talk to you about their inspections and whether or not they are inspected. And then, like I mentioned before, the disclosure website that's been posted, they can check that out. Again, it's linked off healthunit.com. And talking to your operator as well, they would have hard copies of their inspection reports, so you can ask them about those as well, and they can offer to have you look at it as well. So when somebody is wanting to get their first tattoo, it's definitely important to ask questions. Ask the artist that you're dealing with, ask the facility, the manager, contact your local public health unit. It's really important to get that information and do your research when getting your first tattoo. You definitely, even looking at the products that they're using, maybe doing research on their suppliers that they're using. So when it comes to the needles, are they sterile, single use, or do they reuse them? What kind of sterilization do they use for the tools that they're using? That's really important. And another main thing is the facility clean? So when you walk in, do you feel comfortable with the place that you're walking into? And then before and after care procedures. Talk to the operator about that. What kind of before care are they providing, and what kind of aftercare are they going to be providing as well? So that would be really important to know. So I really want to mention that it's really important I can't emphasize it enough, that for people to do their research before getting a tattoo. It's not just the art, it's also about your body and your health, and you want to take control of that.
While I'm cleaning up your tattoo here, aftercare-wise, I'm going to be putting a bandage on you. Okay. And you want to leave this bandage on for about 1 hour. Then take it off when you're at home in a clean environment. Bring a few paper towels with you. clean it off real good with non-scented soap. You only want non-scented soap. If it burns, it's probably scented.
Okay.
So basically you'll take one paper towel and get it nice and soapy and wet, and then you'll wipe off all the excess Vaseline, blood, plasma, ink sitting on top. And then you'll take one more paper towel and just get it wet so you can rinse it. You don't want to leave soap residue on it.
Okay.
And then one more that's just dry to pat dry it. Now, seeing as it's about 1:30, you'll be taking it off around 2:30. You'll want to let it to like air out, just hang out in the air as much as you can. Within the next few hours, maybe say around 6 o'clock, you may want to give it another cleanup, just because it may have leaked since you took off the bandage. And you don't want that leakage stuff to dry on there too much, because that's what will create like scabs.
Okay.
You want it to kind of like peel, like a sunburn, be flaky, be peely. That usually happens more like day 3, day 4. Everybody's different in that manner on how long it takes.
Okay.
But once it does start getting dry and itchy, continue your cleaning routine, which is 2 to 3 times a day, once in the morning when you get up, once when you get home from a long day out, and once before you go to bed. But after each cleaning, you'll start to moisturize with a non-scented moisturizer like Lubriderm.
Okay.
Basically, just a small amount goes a long way. You don't need to suffocate it or anything. If you find after about 5 or 10 minutes it's still kind of slimy from the moisturizer, it just means your body's soaked in as much as it could already, and the rest is just going to stay sitting on top, so it's best to pat it off with a clean paper towel.
And I go over to the mirror. Over here. It's gorgeous. Colors came out really nice. It's not sore at the moment. I'm sure it will be over a couple hours, but it looks great. It's amazing. I'm very happy. Gorgeous. I love the size of it too.
Thanks for watching. Hope you had a good time. Follow us on Twitter and check us out on Facebook. We'll see you next time on Engaged in Ink. All right, okay, I'm good. I'm so bad.
Supposed to go inside.
Okay. I am happy.